power to kill anyone just by writing their name in a notebook. Well, that's exactly what happens in Death Note, one of the most intense and thought-provoking anime of all time. I just finished watching this legendary show, and I'm going to be breaking down its themes, characters, and of course sharing my own opinions on Death Note. For those who haven't seen Death Note or need a quick refresher, here's a quick summary. The story follows Light Yagami, a genius high school student who stumbles upon a mysterious notebook. This notebook gives him the power to kill anyone just by writing their name while picturing their face. Guided by his sense of justice, Light takes on the alias Kira and sets out to cleanse the world of criminals, making himself the god of a new world. But he is challenged by the world's greatest detective, L, a genius with a strange personality who makes it his mission to track down and stop Kira. This sets up one of the most entertaining detective stories in anime. One of the reasons Death Note is so compelling is its deep themes. It's not just a battle of wits, it's a battle of ideologies. What is justice? Is Light a hero or a villain? Is it okay to kill criminals if it creates a safer world? These moral dilemmas keep you hooked and constantly questioning whose side you're on. Light starts with a noble intention, getting rid of evil, but his power quickly corrupts him. He justifies every action, even killing innocent people who get in his way. It's a chilling portrayal of how power can consume even the smartest individuals. And then there's L, who represents logic, reason, and true justice. Unlike Light, L doesn't take shortcuts. He plays by the rules, using his intellect alone to catch criminals. But here's the thing, L's justice isn't perfect either. He's willing to use morally gray tactics, like torturing or manipulating people to achieve his goal. So, who's really right? The answer isn't clear, and that's what makes Death Note so interesting. Light and L are easily two of the best anime rivals ever. Their mind games, their psychological battles, the way they try to outthink each other, it's next level entertainment. Every interaction between them is intense, filled with hidden meanings and double crosses. But let's talk about Light specifically. He's one of the most interesting protagonists in anime because he's not your typical good guy. He's a villain, yet you can't help but admire his intelligence and sometimes want him to win, or maybe that's just me. Anyway, watching him manipulate people, come up with intricate plans, and stay one step ahead is fascinating. But at the same time, his god complex and ruthlessness make him terrifying, especially because he's only doing everything because he's bored. He's got a loving family and no sad backstory at all. And then we have Misa. Now, she's a controversial character. Some people love her, some can't stand her. Personally, I think she's a good side character, obsessed with Light to the point of losing herself. While she's not as intelligent as Light or L, she does play an important role in the story, adding unpredictability and emotion. Another thing I didn't realize was how many songs and sounds are from Death Note. Obviously I recognized the intro, but L's theme, and this sound I never realized it was from Death Note.
Huh? What do you mean? You're seriously gonna date other girls?
Yeah, more or less.
I don't want you to! If I see you with another girl, I'll kill her.
It really shows how good the soundtrack is for it to be so common in social media. Despite its few flaws, Death Note remains one of the greatest anime ever. It's rare to find a show that blends psychological thriller, philosophy, and intense mind games so perfectly. Death Note is definitely worth watching. Now, from this point on, there will be spoilers, so if you haven't watched Death Note, go watch it, then come back to this video. Now, the second half of Death Note. After L dies, Nier and Mello step in to continue the fight against Kira, and I'll be real, it's just not the same. L's death just didn't make much sense to me and seemed kinda random. You're telling me Light doesn't even write his name down? It's fucking rem. I genuinely thought through the whole scene that it was fake and a setup by L, because it just didn't make any sense to me to kill L off at that point. But unfortunately, that's how L went out. Kinda bullshit if you ask me. And I felt like the anime should have honestly stopped there. But if it did, we would have missed Light's amazing speech at the end. So positives and negative, I guess. Nier feels like a watered down L and just a shitty replacement, and Mello doesn't get enough screen time to be a real threat or an interesting enough character. He was on smoke though. Light's victory over L was such a high point in the story that everything after feels like a downgrade. Don't get me wrong, it's still good, and the ending is amazing, but it lacks the magic of the first half. And now I'm going to talk about how cold Light is. Bro was simply killing criminals for the love of the game. Light and Mikami were doing too much though. Like bro, just write the name. Why are you hitting a combo for? My favorite scene in all of Death Note is this.
So, if you don't mind my asking, why do you keep checking your watch?
Oh, well, I guess it's because I'm Kira.
Bro had no need to do her like that, and the edits I have seen of this hit so hard. This and the Ray Pember one were so tough. Another amazing scene is Light regaining his memory, which was peak and had me hyped, because, to be honest, it was starting to get kind of boring until he regained his memories. Now the ending, the build up to the end was amazing, but Light did Kiyomi so dirty, he just used her then fucked her off within a second, no hesitation. Not that it would have mattered thanks to this bum. Even I know breaking a perfect habit to visit a vault twice is too obvious. Absolutely sold Light's win. Nero wouldn't have no shit if it wasn't for that. Anyway, I had a feeling Light was going to lose anyway, and I didn't want him to win at the end. At the start I was backing him, but he lost it at the end with his evil ass laugh. Like, listen to him, he'd lost it.
No, I can't laugh yet. I've got to hold it in. They're all gonna die.
And nah, Mikami, I thought he was a cool character, but look at the state of this man. I could never be seen on my knees this desperate for another man's attention. Now I won't lie, this final speech was tough, and seeing Matsuda finally get his moment, which was cool as I did like his character a lot. But just listen to this.
Somebody has to do this! And when I first got that notebook all those years ago, I knew I had to do it. No, I was the only one who could. I understood that killing people was a crime. There was no other way. The world had to be fixed. A purpose given to me. Only I could do it. Who else could have done it and come this far? Would they have kept going? The only one who can create a new world is me.
So tough and the edits go hard. Still a sad ending though, and the Misa scene, damn, it was rough. It was also interesting seeing Ryuk be the one to write Light's name down like he said he would. I think that was the right way to end the anime. That's my thoughts on the ending. Let me know what you think of Death Note. Do you think Light was right or he was just a psycho? Overall, a really good anime with peak moments. I would rate it an 8 out of 10, but let me know what you think as I know this is some people's favorite.